I'm at the FTC 2024 and I'm talking to Claire Schultzberg from Klarna. Hi Claire.
Hi.
Tell me about your paper you're going to present tomorrow.
So essentially we have been writing the paper that we wish we could have read when we started the project we were working on. So my colleague and me, we were working at Spotify back then on the search functionality, and we were trying to make the evaluation process faster. And for that, we were reading about a lot of different techniques, and we were struggling to find a way to use different ones to iterate faster. And so, that's what our paper is about, how to choose methods for the purpose of iteration speed.
How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Yeah, it's great. It's been half a day and already so many great presentations and very enlightening keynotes.
Have you been inspired by a keynote?
Yeah, it was crazy. The first speaker is the first user of the internet. That's just a great thing to see, to hear about.
What's the biggest challenge you're facing in your research?
Essentially, when working on machine learning or on recommendation system, we can come with a lot of ideas, and it's really hard, in advance, to know what is a good idea or not. You're going to add some features and some different things, but it's really hard to know what is going to stick. So what happens that often teams have a lot of ideas and very few that they end up shipping to users. And so if we want to be fast at iterating on the product and making it better for users, we need to evaluate. We need to be very efficient in our evaluation. And so that's the main challenge that we started with this paper.
That's the challenge. What's the hope? What do you hope what the impact of your research will be?
Yeah, so the hope is that it's going to help machine learning practitioners, and in particular working on recommender system, to add methods to what they're using at the moment for evaluation, which usually is a little bit of offline evaluation and then an A/B test, and to add methods to that process. So for users, that would mean that potentially we can ship good ideas faster. So the product will improve over time. So if you think about Spotify search, it's just going to get better and better at getting you what you want. And potentially we're going to launch less tests on real users that are non-successful ideas, which means that the experience is not going to be affected by those non-successful ideas that we test.
A lot of talk about AI at this conference. Do you think machines can ever be truly creative?
If they can, that's one question. But the question is also, do we want them to be creative? Do we want the machine to take the creation part of things while what are we going to be left with? Or maybe we want to use AI for doing the boring stuff and then we can do the creative stuff.
That's the best answer I've heard all day. Brilliant. Do you think governments should oversee AI, or what role can governments play in putting the safeguards for AI?
Generally, I think that the safeguarding, for things that are available for everyone, the safeguarding come more from user, everyone's expectation, and the incentive come from what people think more than the rule. So it's doing things in the first keynote, doing things for user or for people. If that's what the general public is expecting, then that's more what is going to happen than if a governmental agency says we should do that.
Right. How well do you think the conference is addressing current trends?
We talked a lot about AI already, and a lot about the use of ChatGPT, for example. That's essentially very, very modern. One question that I'm thinking about, that I've not heard, but also has been only half a day, is we talk about how AI might replace people in jobs, but there are also trends happening in the industry, in the job industry, especially in tech, it's a trend that is happening and that is unrelated to AI that we're not told about.
And what specific topic would you like added to next year's agenda?
Yeah, I think, the same topic in 1 year is going to be so different that, I don't know what else can happen, and maybe another disruption disruptive technology coming up that I think in 1 year, if we talk about the same topic, it's going to be a completely different conference.
Right. What do you think of the event in general?
It's great. Like, it's really nice to get to connect to so many people and people who are coming from so far. Like we heard this morning, people coming from all countries, like 57 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And it gives like a lot of perspective on the current technologies.
Have you met lots of new people?
I have not yet, but I'm really glad to have connected back with my colleague that I worked with at Spotify.
Okay.
So we have some catch-up time.
Okay, it's very nice.